Welcome back for another video. I'm going to teach you guys how to stay shredded without counting calories. But if you like counting calories, then this is not the video for you. You could probably go watch something else. But for everybody who's watching, who wants to be able to stay shredded without doing math every single day, then this video is for you. So let's get started. First, let's start with the reason why counting calories is effective and why people do it. Counting calories just brings consciousness to what you're intaking in your body each and every day, which has value. But let's be honest. Who wants to do math every single time they have a meal? And then by the end of the day, you got to figure out how many calories you got left to figure out what you can eat. It's just a big hassle. I did this previously in the beginning of my journey, and it did help me get calorie consciousness. I actually developed a food list, like a spreadsheet for myself. So what I did was make a list of the foods that I like to eat, and I made sure my food list comprised of foods that were high in protein, low in calories, and made sure that I had the right carbs. The reason why keeping it protein focused and also having the right carbs in your meals is because you want to be able to stay fuller for longer, and then also the positive effect that it has on your metabolism. Plus, you want to have energy for your workouts. Good workouts means burning more calories and less counting calories. Making sure your workouts are effective is pivotal with this process too as well. So let's get into those foods that are going to help you stay shredded without counting calories. We're going to keep it nice and simple so everybody can understand, and also simple just makes it easy to stick to, and I like easy. Let's start with proteins. The major thing with the protein is you want to make sure you get an efficient amount of it per meal, and also you want to make sure that your protein sources are lean so that way you're not intaking a bunch of fat, i.e. extra calories that you don't need. Fish is one of my go-tos because you get a lot of protein with basically no fat. So things like salmon or canned tuna, albacore chunk white tuna is the best. You can get 29 grams of protein with little calories. Pro tip right there, get you some of that. Really any type of fish of your choosing. Whether it be whiting, tilapia, if you like blowfish, you can eat that too. And there's actually these swordfish fillets that are so bomb. Nice thick slabs of fish that are higher in protein. Steak is also good as well. Chicken, hamburger meat, whichever type of meat that you choose, just make sure the fat content is low. Now this brings us onto carbs. You know how earlier I mentioned the right type of carbs? Well, this is gonna help y'all a lot. The right type of carbs are gonna be ones that are slow digesting. It means you're gonna have sustained energy over time, which is great for your workouts. And secondly, keeps you more satiated or feeling fuller longer, which means less calorie intake. A few of my go-to favorites are sweet potatoes, basmati rice, B-A-S-M-A-T-I, and I have these fire buckwheat yakisoba noodles that I eat too as well. Brown rice is also another good one. So if I eat rice, I just do 1 cup per meal, add my protein, add my veggies, and boom. It's a reason why all the gym rats brag about eating chicken, rice, and broccoli, because it works. And I almost forgot one of my favorites, steel cut oats. Can't go wrong with steel cut oats. And you get a big thing like this for like $5. Who said eating healthy is expensive? They lied. Another key factor of not having to count calories is keeping your healthy fats to a minimum too as well. Avocados are a staple of my diet in particular. And what I do is I just make sure I don't exceed eating 1 avocado a day. But what you can do is you can take the avocado and half it up between 2 meals, or you can do like me and just eat the whole thing for 1 meal. And now let's talk about vegetables. Vegetables are the ultimate hack. So if you ever find yourself putting your plate together and it doesn't seem like enough food, just add some extra vegetables. That way you get to eat more food without worrying about calories. Now that we covered all of that, the major thing that you also need to know about is how you're cooking your food. And this is the tricky part where a lot of people get hung up on. Use cooking oils very sparingly. If you do not follow this rule, everything else that I've said is really not gonna help you. And cooking oils are a sneaky calorie that most people don't account for. So using the oven, stovetop, or maybe like one of those spray type pan oils that have 0 calories per serving, even though it's really a little bit more than that, those would be some good go-tos. Me personally, I air fry almost just about everything. If I don't do that, I cook on the stovetop. I actually don't use oils at all. And last but not least, to stay shredded without counting your calories is water. Water, water, water. Make sure you stay hydrated and drink 1 glass of water with each meal. Water is such a go-to hack because it makes you fuller without having to take in any extra calories. Plus, it's always good to just stay hydrated too as well so you feel better, which again also contributes to better workouts. And make sure you're not drinking a bunch of extra calories with sodas and juices and stuff like that. You're not 6 years old anymore. You don't need juice. Drink water. And also allow yourself 1 cheat meal during the weekend so you don't lose your mind. Because a life without donuts is not a life you want to live. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, drop a comment, or if you want to join my free school community, the link is in the description. See you guys in the next video. And as always, stay unstoppable. Peace.